This is my 4th time trying to shoot this video. I'm at a loss for words. This is the update of the Polaroid Now Plus. Let's just dive into it.
You know the type of guy that was a jock in high school but ended up becoming a huge nerd? You know, someone that's not afraid to make a fool of themselves on the internet. And someone that likes to shoot Polaroid a little too much. Did I say huge nerd? You know, just an ordinary, everyday guy. Well, that's me. I'm just another Chris.
Welcome in. Like I said, this is the 4th time I think that I filmed this video. It's just not coming out the way I want it to because I am at a loss. I don't like doing videos, talk bad about a product and just bash it, especially of a company that I really, really love. So let's just rewind for just a minute. A few months ago, I did a video breaking down this camera, the Polaroid Now Plus. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. Link is in the description. But to do a quick recap, I had issues with it exposing correctly. It just didn't work very well unless you were inside with the flash on. And even then, sometimes the results were up in the air. You just never knew what you're gonna get from this. It was very, very frustrating. I paid for this out of my own pocket. The Polaroid, not sponsor of this channel at all. Now, after I released that video, that's where things got interesting. You guys flooded into the comments agreeing and having the same problems, at least the majority of you did with this camera. They were having so much problems. So what I did was I reached out to Polaroid, messaged them, letting them know some of these concerns. And I was full disclosure with them, laid it all out on the table. I told them exactly who I was, my YouTube channel. I did a video. Here are some complaints that people are having. Is there something we are doing wrong as a community? Are we shooting with this incorrectly? Is there just something we need to know? Or maybe this needs a firmware update that we just don't know about, but that email was followed up with just you had bad film. That's all they told me, and they sent me a free pack of film as a replacement. That was the end of it. I just didn't like that outcome at all. I wasn't looking to replace it, get my money back, or any of that. I just wanted to know information. So flash forward a week or so later, and I get a message on Instagram from Polaroid themselves that they saw my video and would love to chat sometime. So what we ended up doing was a video call. They wanted to get me on Zoom and chat about some of these things that are going wrong. And what was determined in that call was that the camera was more than likely bad, and they would like me to send it back, and they were going to send me a new one with replacement film, which is really cool. And they're going to have it sent directly to the representative that I talked to, and he's going to test it out and then make sure it works and send it to me. I think that's really cool, but at the same time, I mean, I did pay, you know, for this camera, and now I get a used camera, but it's from Polaroid themselves. I trust them, all that, so it wasn't a big deal. So he tested out, said it works great, and then sent it to me. So I've had this camera, this new replacement camera, in my possession for a little over 2 weeks now. And within the first just couple of days of using this, I was very, very frustrated because not only are the pictures still coming out overexposed or really, really underexposed, I'm now having autofocus problems. The pictures are coming out not focused. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, I've shot 4 packs. I've shot 4 packs through this. Yes. Here's what I'm talking about. This one is about 2.5 feet away from the camera. It's exposed somewhat okay. It's not amazing, but it's pretty good. And it's out of focus. It's focused at like 5 feet behind me. That's not cool. Same with this. This was shot with a flash too, and it's misfocused. I shot against the bright sky, and I figured if I used the flash, I'd be able to compensate for both. And it did work out perfectly how I thought it would with the flash on. But however, the leaves there are completely out of focus. Same with this guy. This was shot with a flash as well. And each one of these photos is taken about 3 feet away. Same with this one. Here's one of my boy Paco, and this is also with the flash on outside. This exposure, fantastic. However, it's out of focus. Frustrating. Very, very frustrating. On the contrast, here's the same picture of him inside with the flash on. You can see his eyeballs right here. Those aren't dust particles. Those are his eyeballs. And here's another one of my other dog, but he looked away right when I took the picture inside. So this one is nitpicky, I'll say, but it is slightly overexposed. You can look in the highlights and see where it's exposing from. It's overexposed, but it's not bad. That is an acceptable one. But this one's interesting too. This is in direct sunlight, and it's too dark. Well, you can see on the car here where the sun is directly hitting right there, and it is completely black. Now, I understand it's an instant camera. It's not a digital camera. It's not going to get the exposure perfect every single time. You know, it's just, this is what happens. It's a very simple camera. I may be expecting a little too much, but this one, I mean, come on. You're outside. You should be able to get all these dark spots that were in sunlight. Like, look, you can even see in the little bushes over here, the sun is directly hitting that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being nitpicky. That one is another good one, a little dark. It was an overcast day. These are just absolute trash. Here's a decent one. Again, overexposed in the highlights, but I think that's just what the best picture style you're gonna get from this camera. That is what you're gonna be expected. And it did some weird things down here. I don't know what happened down here. Film issue, probably. And here we go. This one right here is another good example of what you're going to get with this camera in my experience. Direct sunlight, it's a little too overexposed. I could probably have gotten a little bit better shot if I got into the app and done manual controls. I didn't do that. And worth mentioning, all these photos were taken just point and shoot, no exposure compensation whatsoever. This one right here was taken against the sky with no flash, and this is what I got. I'm fascinated as to why that is the case. If anything, this picture should be super dark. Comparing it to the other pictures in these lineups with similar lighting, this should be really, really, really dark, but it's not. It's way overexposed. I don't understand. Now, I was curious, since this is the first time I've ever had this problem, in all the cameras that I own, and I own quite a few of them, I wanted to stack this up against the One Step 2, much older camera to this guy. This came out in 2021. This came out in what, 2016, 2017, somewhere in there. Now the Stranger Things one, they did improve the flash over the other ones, but I think that was all they did. But other than that, internals are exactly the same. So I wanted to see if when I shot this one versus this one, what would happen from the same position, same time of day. I did that this morning, and here are those results. Now, I'm not going to tell you which one's which, but based off of everything that you've just seen, you can probably pick out in this lineup. But which one is the One Step 2 and which one's the now Plus? Yeah, it's probably pretty simple to find, but it is the one on the left. The one on the left is the Now Plus. Now, the exposure isn't necessarily bad in this one. I'm not really complaining about that. What I am complaining about is the focus, but it's not focused. It's completely out of focus, and this car is like 10 feet away, 15 feet away, maybe even more. Like, I was pretty far away from this thing. It should not have missed focus, but it did. And exposure is a lot brighter. Now, you look at the One Step 2, which I think the exposure on that is so much better. It's easier to look at. It just looks fantastic. And look how tack sharp that thing is. Yeah, this isn't autofocused. This is a fixed lens. This has two elements. I think it's only two elements inside. It just chooses which one, but it missed. It chose the wrong one for this shot. That's extremely frustrating. When I get a product, regardless of sponsor or not sponsored, I test it out. So when I got this camera, I didn't do a video on it for well over a month. I wanted to run it through the paces, test everything, then make a video. I don't like making a video just because it's a hot thing, hot topic to get those views, get those clicks for the algorithm. I don't really care about that. I care about making a good, informative video for you guys so you can buy something with confidence. I don't like the reviewers that say this, basically. I've unsubscribed from people so many times after hearing this phrase. Hey, welcome to the video, guys. So I've been using this for about a day, and here are my thoughts. It's like, a day? That's not a review. You cannot give an accurate representation of the product after you've been using it for just one day. Issues arise later down the road after using it. So I like to make sure my product reviews are thorough and well thought out as much as possible and put things through its paces. Because considering I was actually the only reviewer for this product, I was the only one to talk about it. But you go back and you watch other other into photography type channels of reviewing and talking about this camera, you see the issues that I was talking about, but they're just ignoring it. This is the only camera in my lineup of instant cameras that have had these problems. So that's the update that I have as of right now. I am going to message Polaroid with some of the findings and see what they say. This camera, unfortunately, will not be added to my recommendation list. I would still steer you to the One Step 2 or the Now, or even the One Step Plus. Those three cameras, fantastic cameras, work every time. Mwah! Honestly, my favorite one is actually the 1-Step 2. Pictures you get with this thing, it's just so good. Like, it just adds this nice look that's so pleasing. I love it. I would recommend going with this route. Plus, they're going to be cheaper because they're a little older. People are unfortunately going and buying this one. I hate talking bad about products. Usually, if it's a bad product, like if a company sends it to me for review, I'll check it out. But then if it's crap, I'll just toss to the side, give it away or something. Just not even bother making a video about it. However, your results could vary slightly. Some people have mentioned that they haven't had any problems, but most people that I've talked to have had problems with their camera. It's going to go on a shelf and probably just collect dust. I don't think they'll refund my money. Polaroid, if you're watching this, I love you guys so much. I will continue to use your products. Love the 1-Step cameras. The Polaroid Go is pretty fun, even though it's small, but I kind of dig that. It fits in your pocket. Your SX70s, your film, everything about you guys, fantastic. Love you. I just don't like this. This can just... Here, Paco, you want this? What's up, dude? You're down there. Here you go. You can have it. It's just gonna. He can mess with that camera now. Let me know in the comments how wrong I am, and let's chat about it. And let me know your experiences. Would love to know. And if you want to stay up to date on some stuff, like learn about things that are coming down the pipeline, such as this video that I did, I post that stuff over on Instagram. So if you consider checking it out, and let's chat. Let's be friends. That's all I got for you today. So thank you guys so much for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video. Now, get out there. Make some art.